Chamge jitab kalenjina mang'ong'oi tugul ole imite koibaibai akikere ketesiet nebo Kass TV tetutiet ko Kass Mashinani kigurena Jacqueline Arusei. Eng Kass Mashinani keibun logoiwek chetesetai eng emet ibwat ile mitei sirikchok chebo logoiwek eng counties cheterter kotesetai kosubi logoiwek ako notok kebendi keibun logoiwechutok tugul kou oleu. Kora eng betutab rani eng studio ketindoi tot Vincent Rugut inendet ko youth advocate ak kebendi keng'alale kora akobo barainwek chebitunotin eng kandoinatet koboto kora boisionik ak kasuldaet mung'aret eng barnotikab emetab Kenya. Ako notok ko ngitinye tebutiet age tugul eng Rugut eng betutab rani ameche kityo sindaiwech eng nambarishek chemite eng screen notok nebo WhatsApp asikemuch ketebe inendet anan inde kora eng Facebook nebo Kass TV asiketebe inendet ketesetai. Kitaune logoichotok bo county nebo Kericho ole tesetai koiti asenet neo nebo alet netomo kenai chemung'arainik ak meng'ikab siretab sosiot eng Belgut eng county nebo Kericho kosubkei ak nyasutietab mat koityi akobel korik mut chekimenye ole kiyae mung'aret eng sironotok ole agoi nguni kokaikoito samet chemung'arainik chotok eng serikalitab county koker kole kaimuch kotoret icheket kosubkei ak asenet neo nekoborionji. Karutechi icheket sirindenyo nebo logoiwek Robert Sele akoibwech report neisubi.
Kong'ololjin ketesioni en oret ne inegen komwa Joan Cherono nekotelelchin korichoton neite mut kololyo kobek kole kotaige maatan en kot agenge kobun katyolsetab kasit ak koyaptage en chokyinet.
Koinam ai kokonam komi chito nekomenye kokoinam en kasit. Kongochutu wan kokakoliken kasit konganam kokakonam sitishek en inat. Kongakonam sitishek en inat kobelin. Koyach kobelin konam stimet, kokangonam stimet kobel tuguchu.
Agenge en korichoton kokomiten moshinishek chebo tekset ak tiles chebo aliet nemiten barak ole mamiten kiy age tugul nekokisor.
Ikere nguni moshinishek chemi en koi ngunon ko kobo 100, 150 mi tiles, mi vitu ya plumbing, miten kit age tugul kole en koi. So malik chu komi en koi kabisa kobo aliet neo kabisa. So kisome toretet neo kabisa. Kichoben tuguk cheu cupboards kou ni. Chobe tuguk chu kou chu ak kerolenen tugukab kitandok kila kitu. Kolal kobek. Kasisiek cheu chu. Komi kasisiek karibu chechang kabisa komi karibu nekit 20 lakini meisha. Ikere ngunon ile kotamoyoe kasini ngunon akochini tuguk cheu chu atoretin moriat ngunon sikotoretwon lagok chu nguni komomi ngunon kit age tugul.
Kamwa meng'ichoton koboto Nathan Talam ak Irene Rotich kole kotoretkei biikab emet komis maatan kobaten maimugak ak nekoib kasarta nekoi asikoitita komosaton karit nekimisen mastinwek nebo serikalitab county nebo Kericho.
Nokobargei ak raia kongoitu karitab maat kokibirchi karitab maat nebo Kericho county lakini kokaket konokosor biik karit nebo Finlays noton kobo Browns Plantation ko noton nekonu kotoret kosim maat nekoet kabisa en yu nekobet biik tuguk malikwak en biik chekomenye korichu. Korik chekochang tuguk en biik chekomeng'ishe ko biikab biashara.
Amun kichirani nebo kolal kemong'u ak kerwou kibwat kele mie kakolal. Ko kongeit iman ko kakolal pilotit the next nekerubegei tugul. Ketyem kesorun maat kabisa kokiwokse kabisa baka ot nguni kokose sautinyun komotinye sautit komie amun en wakat nekokiwokse. Kokityem kimong'un tuguk lakini mamukak amun kakonam barak maat. So kouit kabisa sorunetab korik kokotyem akichek police kabisa kit nekomuche kosorwech lakini komukomukokse.
Koitu karit nemise maat ngamun ko biik chekakomis maat lakini koitu karit let ngamun kokikany kabisa. Ndikosoru tuguk karinon ndikosib koit kokotosoru korik lakini koichelewan koitu late hours kokakosiman ak kakobek tuguk tugul.
Kasom icheket biik chetindoi maket nemie ak serikalitab emoni ak nebo county nebo Kericho kotoret icheket kowekyigei boisionik ak sobet nebo atkai tugul en boisionik chekotiengei icheket.
Koatyem abir MCAs chebo koroni tugul komamiten chi nekonam simoit. Mongen ngot konomchi biik alak. Report nekokor koitu baadaye kelenjech mamiten mwanik karitab simamoto nebo Kericho county. Mokingen any amune sikomomi mwanik karit. So kisome kabisa toretet serikali kotok kochalanech amun kakeumiase. Malo kolale Starehe Boys lakini kiit simamoto kora after 1 hour.
Kololyo tuguk chechang mising chemaimukak akot en ngunon koba lagok sukul amun kololyo tuguk chechang en korichuto. Ne en ngunon kesome biik, wanabiashara, MCAs, MPs, biichan tugul asikobit kokon toretenywan en bichuto kololyen tugukwak.
Kong'eten siretab sosiot nemiten en Belgut en county nebo Kericho, logoiwekab emet chebo Kass, kainenyun ko Robert Sele.
Kibendi County nebo Narok kole kakotestai kokimit governor nebo county nebo Narok Patrick Ole Ntutu kole tokchingei serikalitab county noto koker kole kaimuch konam mbarenik tugul chekikakoib biik chebo serikali. Kosubkei ak Ntutu kokamwa kole mitei alak eng biik chetieme kochor mbarenikab serikalitab county notok ako notok kebendi keipchin icheket kakwautik chekimen.
Na niwaon wale wengine ambayo nasikia wameanza kuwa wanataka kuchukua shamba ambayo ni community. Tunakuja tayari tumepata pesa kidogo ambayo tunataka kufanya planning hapa kwa hii na Rejangari yetu. Na zile shamba zote kama unajua wewe umechukua shamba ambayo ni public utility, let me tell you, mimi nitakuja kufence hiyo shamba na nichukue na nguvu na nitatumia nguvu yote ile ambayo mimi niko naye ambayo wananchi wamenipea. Na hamwezi kututisha hapa ati wewe uko na wapi dalili yako? Na kulingana na ile ramali ambayo tuko naye ni kwamba imeandikwa public utility. Hiyo hatuwezi sikizana na nyinyi. Na kama wewe ni bwenyenye na umekula pesa ya watu, rudisha pesa ya watu kabla hujapatikana. Hii lab, wakati nilikuja hapa wanafunzi waliniambia hawana pahali ambapo wanafanyia practicals. Ndiposa tulipoamua ya kwamba tutajenga hii twin lab. Nimesikia mwalimu mkuu, ndugu yangu na pia chairperson wameniambia hii lab itakuwa bure kama hatujakuwa na equipment. Nataka kuhakikishia nyinyi by next week around Monday mkuje ofisi kama kamati twende tutafute hii equipment ambayo umeniambia ina cost 1.779 1.7. Hiyo sisi tutanunua ili vijana wetu waweze kuingia kuanza kazi. Hatuwezi jenga nyumba na tuache bila kuweka zile vifaa ambazo zinatakikana. Ni kwamba wasasi wetu nataka kuwaongelesha. Hatuwezi jenga institution kama hii na hakuna watoto. Tunaomba sasa tuko na facilities. Tafadhalini mlete watoto wale wetu ambao hawajafika kwenda secondary ama wale ambao hawajafika kwenda colleges. Tunataka watoto wakuje hapa waendelee wasome hapa na tusaidiane. Basari. Tulikuwa tumesema ya kwamba kila mtoto ambaye anaingia hapa tunalipa 15,000. 15.
Taban kibagengeitab M-Pesa Foundation silingishek million 35 chekibendi ketekse sugulitab Omolo Agar eng komasta notok po Homa Bay County. Kosubkei ak Safaricom Foundation kokamwa kole tesetai icheket ak tetutik chebo kakimitetab sugulishek cheterter eng counties cheterter eng emet. Ako notok kotokchingei korutechi sugulishek chotok eng takchinetab kosuldae teksosiek.
Okay, I'm Patricia Ithal from M-Pesa Foundation. I'm very, very happy, as you can see today, to be coming here to hand over the beautiful refurbishment of Omolo Agar School. It has been a journey, and it's part of our agenda to make sure we continue to build these citizens of the future through all the work that we're doing in terms of supporting the infrastructure support for all the schools in all the 47 counties. And in particular, when I look at Homa Bay, we have been here a lot and we are doing a lot of work because for us, we actually believe that with every single brick that we lay, we're going to build a very big future for this, not just this county, but also for this country. Thank you so much.
So we are very excited today because it's been a journey that has taken many years. This school was started more than 30 years ago, and the infrastructure was very bad. For some of us who went through this school, we can tell you a lot of stories about it. But just the excitement, because through M-Pesa Foundation and Safaricom PLC, we've been able to plant a seed that will live for generations beyond the current generation. And when I look at these pupils who are here, the future is actually brighter than it can ever be because of the goodness and the kindness of the team at Safaricom PLC, that they are not just doing this in Homa Bay County, they are doing this across the country. But it's also an opportunity for all of us to come back to our villages, to our communities, to build something for the next generation. And education is the biggest equalizer that you can ever think of or talk about. So we are giving all these children an opportunity to grow into responsible adults who will help us build this country and build the world. Thank you.
Tauge eng betutab kwang'wan kasi eng wikinito kabartaetab tugukab kabatishet koboto konetishet netinyegei ak baetab kiagik koityi kabatik eng sukulitab barak nebo Eldoret ole kakilumda roadshow netokchingei taunetabkei nebo tetutyonoto. Kinyoru report kobun Isaac Ogei.
Another very exciting time, exciting occasion for I think Agribusiness Trade Fair, and it's about being climate smart, looking for climate smart innovations and solutions for our country. And we want to invite everyone, all the farmers, all the stakeholders, all the sponsors to this Agribusiness Trade Fair 2025. It will be on 11th, 12th, and 13th of this month, which is actually Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
Kando yake akiwa na profesa, tukiwa na University of Eldoret Texas, wakiwa mahali pale pamoja na Sengerena mwenyewe akiwa mahali pale. We also have National Bank helping as we flag off this year's event. Ikiwa hayakuja, there is the flag. Let us clap for the Vice Chancellor as he flags off the event. That is an indication kwamba the Agribusiness Trade Fair is officially open and ready to go. In the air, we have the
Eng kasarta nekang'et arawek tutugin asikeyai lewenishet nemining anan by election eng komaswek cheterter kotesetai chopchinetabkei nebo nominations chebo chamaitab UDA ole kalumda chamainotok musoknatet nelel nekiboisie eng nominations ichotok.
So my name is Elijah Sawe and my colleague is James Kirwa. Okay, so within just about 2 minutes, we'll take you through how the system works. So we'll just go right into it. So remember, when you go to the polling station, you'll find 2 devices, a tablet, this is the tablet, and it has a UDA tracking number. It's a UDA device. Then we also have a thermal printer. So these are the 2 devices that you'll find at the polling station. So when you go to the polling station, the first step is that the presiding officer will be able to open the election officially using a secure code. So this secure code will be entered by the PO. I'll just go right into opening it. Yes, so you have to put the right code for the application to open, or rather for the election to start. So once you've put the code and the election starts, you'll realize there are 3 things that you can see. The first thing is the place where we insert the ID number, or where we actually validate and verify the details of the voter. Then the second part is the part that gives instructions on what the voter is supposed to do. Then the other part will give you the details of the polling station. For example, this polling station is called Test PC, Test PS polling station. And as you can see, the voting Yes, yeah. So we'll go right into the putting the ID, but I just wanted to explain this. So as you can see, it's showing that no vote has been cast. So as you can see, voting is in progress, votes cast 0. So we will train all your agents and yourselves to make sure that you take note of all these numbers, and all of you will be comfortable following, seeing how these votes cast grow from 0 all the way to the end, and also the status of the election. So I'll ask my colleague Kirwa to go ahead and start the voting for the first voter. So the voters come in, and when the voter comes in, we'll take the ID number, or rather the ID of the voter, input the ID number. This is the work of the PO at the polling station. So if the details are correct, it will show the details of the voter and allow voter to continue. I don't want you to verify, I want you to try and put an ID number that does not exist in them. So if you put an ID number that does not exist in that polling station, the system does not allow you to proceed and vote. So only those who are registered to vote in that polling station will be allowed by the system to vote. So we'll proceed with a voter that exists. So this is the voter. Our voter is called Sandra, test member. Verify the details against the ID. If the details of the ID match, they proceed to vote. So this is the electronic ballot paper that Sandra has been given, and at this point, Sandra can proceed to vote. So please vote. So Sandra has 3 elections to go for purposes of this election, where we have 3 positions that are being contested. So on the first one for the senator, Sandra has picked this candidate. On the second one for the member of the National Assembly, Sandra has picked this candidate. And I hope you're also following. For the member of the MCA, they've picked that candidate. So after that, Sandra can be able to see that she has voted 3 out of 3, and it gives Sandra a summary of what she has voted. So the first ballot paper, Sandra ticked that Ali Badi would be the member of National Assembly. Alan Jenga Kimani is the member of County Assembly for Sandra. And finally, Pamela Muyeye Shitote is the senator. So she can go ahead, verify, then she can complete. So once she completes, it's like inserting those 3 ballot papers into the ballot box, and Sandra can now proceed. If we had very good volume here, you would feel the tablet making a noise to qualify that Sandra has completed, and Sandra can walk, step, marked as a voter that has voted, then allow the next voter to come in. So once that is done, we can just do the next demo, then we can run into the next step just for purposes of ensuring. So I want to try Sandra again. Sandra has finished voting. She's come back to try and vote again. The system, if you had, I want you to do that again. So you can feel that sound. It's a very loud sound that tells Sandra, you have voted, you cannot be allowed to vote again, and she cannot do anything on the tablet. So another voter has to come in who has not voted. So that ensures that there is no duplication. So let's have another voter who is in our voter register. Okay, so the next voter would come in. As you can see now, it is showing, Kirwa, just go back one step. So it's now showing that we have 1 vote that has been cast. And your agents can be able to count as we continue. And I'm sure Wycliffe will provide you with another manual paper where you can be marking the people who voted. So we can now proceed to vote for the second person. Okay, so Jason test member is our next voter. So let's proceed to vote. Verify the details. So Jason has come with the ID. The ID has been verified. The PO put in the ID number. It has allowed Jason to vote. So let's just proceed to vote quickly because we have gotten to this process. So as you vote, so you hear the voice that says she's voted. Now it's showing 2 votes has been cast. So assuming we've completed voting, now the next step is to go and confirm and the agents to sign that this election has been completed. So the PO will close the polling station, or rather close the election using a unique code, confirm, then now it allows you to view the result at the polling station. So these are the results. As you can see, it gives you the details. It tells you for every position who had what vote. So as you can see, for senator, we had 1-1. We proceed to the second one. For member of National Assembly, those are the votes. Those are the votes. So Kirwa, maybe we can now go to the next step where now we confirm the agents sign. So the agents will go in, put their names and sign. So the first person to sign is an agent called James Kirwa. Then we'll go to the next. It allows the agent to clear and resign in case of any issue. So the second agent is called who? So we can call them agent 2. Kindly we speed up kidogo. Okay, fine. So the second agent has given their name and they've proceeded to sign. So assuming you have 3 agents, then these agents will have finalized their signing. If you have 10 agents, we've provisioned, the system has provisioned for that. So now we can proceed to confirm that result. So now this result at the polling station is the provisioned result at the polling station that has all the details, including the signatures of the agents. So the final step is to print using our thermal printer. Then once we finalize the printing,
you can place it on the table so they can see.
Okay, maybe you can put it on the table so that we can see as the printout is coming up. So your result, and all the agents will be given a physical copy of that result. So every agent ataenda nyumbani with a receipt showing the result.
Kass Mashinani live in Kass TV olegi bun logo iwek chetesetai ngemeti watile mitasirik chok cheterter en counties cheterter kusubi logo iwek chetesetai nguni agonoto gebendi gebun logo ijotok tugul go ole go kaka morning time ko eng betu tabrani getindoi tot inendet ko Vincent Rugut ago gebendi ngalale kotinge ak barainwek chotok chebitunotin chebo kandoinatet ak boisionik eng neranikab emetab Kenya ago Rugut mangen gotiga sa ingole mite ameje kityo imwaiwech ke gole ngo ibunuano agimitano asigetestai ak tetutet.
Okay, kongoi arusei ingani chige guruna Vincent Kosge Rugut akainena na sana sana ge guruna alias mjumbe ani abunu komosta na Kaptagat ward awazingishu ainakoi constituency iksikchane komosta na Strabak area na gure kongasi. Yes, and that thing I'm in the Strabak. I'm based in US. So managing political science and nursing. Ago Congo.
Kongo missing Rugut kimeje kityo imwawech ago babarainwek chotok chebitu kigeger gole inyendet koi advocate notok nibarchinige kabisa igerile kaimuch konyor barainwek cheterter barnotikab emoni cheboto ngalekab kandoinatet koboto kora opportunities inyendet imite emet notok nebo America ago chama gerale mostly ngebeberta notok nebo social media goginde tai kabisa ibarchige itiem inet barnotik agobo opportunities chebitunotin eng ematunwekab sang so go inyendet ne kipaumbele nekinde eng takyinetab igerile kemuch itoret barnotik chebunu komasta notok bo ainabkoi agora barnotik chebo emetab Kenya eng ngalekab nyorunetab barainwek chebitunotin eng America.
Okay. Kongoi tebutine tebuno eng ngalekab opportunities chebo ematunwekab sang agora opportunities chebo Kenya. Okay. Raini arusei kumi opportunities in countries chebo sang ako bendi biik kulingana na makomi kasishek Kenya ra kusomani biik lakini betos ngalekab kasishek. That's why bendi biik ipkocheng kasishek sikonyo kotech emet nenyo nebo Kenya. Opportunities chebo sang as an example amuch aboishe ra ale ngele ngalekab nursing program. Somani chito nemi Kenya ngotar ngalekab nursing ko salary chekwa ngele much ko between 40,000 to 70,000 compared danyo kosomani chito outside the countries Europe maybe US maybe Malcolm Australia kongosoman chito payment salary ko iku tofauti than emenyo nebo Kenya. Kongere ngalekab advantage nebo nursing ito ngele kap kosomane chito country nebo sang after maybe kaisub sheria kunyige filen chimikita nebo negile green card. So opportunities chechang ra amune sikobitu ngalechu kosoman anda koba biik sang ko amu makomi kasisiek Kenya. Kitare sukul ak ketebi gaa. After kaketar sukul kobetwech namna amu idle amu mami kasisiek kabisa Kenya.
Kongoi missing Rugut mangen kotinygei kora opportunities chotok chebo labatet because kikeker biik chechang kobendi ematunwekab sang especially for example emetab America ko barnotik chechang ko kikonyor Turkey koba through labatet. Mangen ale inyendet on your part ne advice ne tos ityem ikochi kora barnotikab emoni because kora barnotik chechang chebo emetab Kenya yes kongen kole mitei barainwek chebitunotin eng ematunwekab sang but now the challenge neo nebune icheket ko mengen kole ne the right procedure anan ngone the right person neimuch ko toret in terms of konai kole opportunities chebitunotin ako tos ku inyendet personally because kiager most of the people chebunu komasta notok kwa inap ko kiimuchi toret icheket ak iborchi oret so ngele for example atinye talent tos aboisie talent nenyu eng oret ingiro kotanyoru opportunities chotok chebitunotin for example kou biik che labatos.
Okay, abwati ale arusei ikasa komye ketebena tebutiet ile expectation nebo amne ngalekab athletic. Amne most of the time amchamwa zaidi ale ngebo ngalekab maybe United States kobendi biik zaidi kolobati eng United States amune ngiwe chito United States kotinye fans chebo athletic kikoini rwoik. That's why most of the time keyoktoi lagok cha koba bitonin. Ko ngeyokto lagok cha koba bitonin ko most of the lagok chok chebunu humble background rap kosoman eng bitonin kosoman eng America konyoru opportunity kelibanchi scholarship tugul dan emenyo nebo Kenya. So ko zaidi ko mamache kengalale zaidi ketebe ngalekab emet nebo sang ngele neu US. Amache zaidi kekusan emenyo nebo Kenya ra. Ndekiyoe namna ketoret Kenya kecheng tumentan vijana wenzangu kementan vijana ak kito nebo aeng kecheng coaches train coaches ko choto kotoreti ako kito nebo maana zaidi kechengchi lagok scholarship sikobendi akichek bitonin amu makoi kityo imangu chito kityo ile ilabat kityo ak ile iwendi bisomane sang amenyoru scholarship. That's why choto cheborie vijana checho ikere mi training for an example kitinye coach nenyo nebo komostab Straba kikure Parmasai ko inendet kotinye network ako coaches chebo emotunwekab sang ko ngololchini kotko nai kole ngo leboti mita ata une ko sikokochi scholarship komache konai zaidi kole labatindeni koune eng ngalekab labatet sikaron ndawa komosta nebo sang kolobotchini sukul ko representani sukul ko chito komuch kelibanchini school fees all 4 years ngele kawendi chito 4 years kelibanchini school fees all of the 4 year kura noto nekonu kokilgei vijana komi kito anyun nebo expectation arusei ngop labat most of the time mi ngalekab academic scholarship ako mi ngalekab athletic scholarship. Most of the time kotam ko vijana che choice ne chebo guys ne ra abunu ne yangu na amwon ale ngalekab ngele ngaboisie ane iten champion ngeyokte lagok chok koboisie athletic scholarship most of the time so long as ilabati chito iretaineni kelibanun school fees from first year akoi 4. Aya komi ngalekab academic arusei ko ngebe academic kotam ko less kidogo eng emotunwek chebo sang so which much kekonin 30% ilibanchigei 70% school fees academic scholarship kaikonin 30 ko most of the time ngotokewendi chito undergraduate of which maybe kewendi degree ko scholarship kechilin zaidi like ui nea inyoru 100% unless koketeshi scholarship chebo athletics. Aya keba kito age arusei ko chito nekawo masters ra ngele kap kosoman chito nekawo masters kikoini kito nekikure assistantship of which mata rahisi kikochi scholarship chito nekawo masters kikoini kito nekikure assistantship ko ngikochi ra assistantship kopkosomani eng emetab sang ngele kawo an example ngele kanyo university nanyu na amira ami university nekile Washington State ko ngonyo ko Washington State konyoru assistantship komuch koyai kazi nebo lab asikelipani kora. That is the assistantship namache aelezan and aelezanchi chi age tugul anda Wakenya wenzangu ak biikab Napkoi kobek koelewana noto zaidi. Aboti arusa ale kenama au kawalun komie.
Mite tebutit negatep Matthew Singoe gale hi Jackie, please igatua kabisa Rugut. He's so passionate about the youth. Tebe ilenjitos tindoi magetap gotorit vijana engoret ngiro, and is he looking into venturing into politics?
Okay, kechigro aruse, I'm sorry, kamagas komie.
Okay, mi tebutit negatep chito gole tos the passionate indai agoba barnotik tos kibita muge kilande kityo anan ne ne cham ko driver nim sitinye that passion igerile kebarchige goger gole kaimuch konyor opportunities vijana chebo emetab Kenya agaswa vijana chebunu komasta notok pa Ainabkoi.
Kito nebo tai korong aruse anendet achito noyok fege. Akotinye mpango mema eng vijana as an example after amu biiko chechang kochenge sobet lakini after kakonyor sobet kometo biiko chekichenge tugul sobet. Korani ko ndakibuildenige nginyoru link chito ile kechute mahali chito age. So ko chito plans chotinye ane eng ngalekab youth amache ke sponsoren vijana checho ke supporten ngalekab talent zaidi nebo labatet. Anda ko talent age tugul kotoreti vijana amu talent ko kito netoreti zaidi. Ako ndetinye chito talent ne kilabati ametinye uwezo komuch kechop program chetoreti. Much kechop ele kelabatishe. Amu less ma achek biikab kalenjin komakitinye ngalek chekitoretige zaidi like ngo succeeden chito kemetege achek. That's why kito notinye komache ke createn ake supporten vijana checho through ne kechengchi coaches. Aya ke createn youth advisors sike mentoni vijana checho. Matkemeto vijana checho kotakochenge sabet amu no human is limited. Matkemeto vijana checho kakoit chito 30 years ko given up mapema. So kumpango noto ne zaidi na chere vijana wenzangu alechini kita nami elegeit yoto kumami acha given up. Kitakebe akitoretige. Kumpango mema notinye noto zaidi amu ane I'm linked maybe with the coaches cha international komuch in case uongozi na nyundat ndawendi kot succeeden alinkeni vijana wenzangu alinkenchini coaches chebo international sikekochi ra scholarship amu after kakecheng network noto kotoreti vijana.
Okay, youth chechang en Kenya kufile ni kiwe excluded in terms of ngalekab leadership ak barainwek che bitunotin chebo kandoinatet. According to you, Rugut, tos ne ifile ni nyalu keyai walet asikeker kele kakimuch kora ke involve the youths when it comes to decision making, when it comes to political leadership. Tos engerengung inyendet ko ne nyalu ke walet ingiro ne nyalu kopit asikeker kele kaki involve kora the youths when it comes to ngalekab leadership ak positions che bitunotin.
Kikosit vijana amwa cheket cheki namjini boishek chok mutai like wazazi chechoket. Kito nebo aeng kemeto ngalekab chekirikoilen kurecycle leaders cheki uzamani yani we renew maikerenew viongozi. Ngonam chito ra kenai kele uneni mamache kekoini kityo chito amu kikosit kekochi chito akero kandoindet kele tos ni koune. Makibendi kityo kesub pressure nebo chi age tugul. Kivoten as individual. Amu makikaswech achek vijana. Siku hizi last time kikipirchi wazee zaidi like achek we don't recycle leaders. Yes.
Okay, in terms of kikere kora vijana chechang eng emetab Kenya ako chang youths chekikosomanso tindoi kartasishek chotok chebo somanet kobate challenge neo kikoe ngalekab unemployment nemite barak. As a youth ako youth neki at least ki exploring other countries, kone ortinwek anan ideas cheimuch ibu cheimuch kotoret vijana chekikoba sukul che educated but matindoi boisioni koker kole kaimuch kora ko create employment on their own.
Kito nebo tai ko kesiken ngalekab vijana maketebena tebutiet ko kito nebo tai komache ketinye ngalekab unity amu vijana checho ko keteb tebutiet noto lakini mi corruption of which yoktogei tare chito man akosomanjin chito man nursing anda kosomanjin chito ualimu lakini ngilen kosom kasi chito ko kakeyochi ukora tai yo kole ko choto chemache kerekune ako asa vijana ko ya kakiyai ki keyai ngalekab keyai ki kabisa komache ketinye representation nebo vijana sikoyai kito nebo kwa haki eng vijana tugul. That's why ra viongozi checho keboisie kito nekile power akwa time. So ngeboisie power imwoe chito kit nekemakte amune itinye chepkondok memache akot ikose vijana wenzetu. Yes.
Okay, ngengalale opportunities kora ngalekab social media because kigere kele that's one area neko komuch ko exploit the youth ako boisie in terms of konyor rabishek. Kora ko kikeker youth sometimes komite youth chekeboisie wanasiasa eng oret nemakararan ako at the end of the day komanyoru faida. So as a youth akekere opportunities chebitunotin kora eng online, ne advice netos ikochi vijana wenzako?
Tos akochi vijana wenzangu ko kito nekeyai chito ako ndamingin komatime memondae amu kiyoto mingin ra ngele arusei zaidi ngengalale zaidi ngatwa ngalekab education ko kesomanchi chito ngalekab plumbing ko biko chechang ko plumbing kokere kou nema course like iko chini sana anda ko kesomanchi chito sometimes mi ngalekab security. So ko vijana checho kokere kou nemalion matoreti security ko in case ndewendi kot kole kasir serikali vijana anda koikoito serikali vijana koba sang ko tuguk choto cheyae biik zaidi eng emotinwekab sang yoe ngalechoto ra amu chumbindet makoi koyai ngalekab plumbing sana achek yai plumbing kityo ko keiyanan chito. That's why biko chekamanda sang ngobwa Kenya ko kokolya invested.
Okay. So endelea.
Ni kijana akatugul wakati kitinye chito strategy ile ichenge ne. Yes.
Okay, ngalekab accountability because kora in the past ko kikeker yakakilewen kandoindet koleweni biik kandoindet after 2-3 years kotai kole biik tom koiwech this tom koiwech that. Ko as a youth tos ikere ile nyalu as youth keyai ne sikeker kele kaimuch koik accountable the leaders chekeleweni ako nenyalu as youth keker asikomuch kobit walet especially in our wards, in our constituencies and in our country as a whole.
Accountability kubunu ya kakichoose leader. Kunge choose leader ra ke choose ni achek leader amu bunu much ke choose leader age ke kusian ngalekab tribalism. Magoi ke choose leader the right leader. Ke choose na achek ra leader ngele biikab keyo. Ke choose biikab keyo achek ke choose mkeyo as the leader. Of which kondele ni kwatra nyokosir ngalekab nyokosir family kityo. Kuma kopit accountability ama kopit ngalekab transparency. Ya kapit ke kumache nge chosen as that leader, any leader of which mama ke consider ngalekab tribalism, kumache ke consider ngalekab kegere vijana like kumache komi representation. Ya kakikoito ngele kepcheito ngalekab CDF, kumache komi chito ne representeni sikobitu haki. Ndalen kayaki eng kiongozi kenai kele kesupi procedure kenai makosa nekikayai kele kikapitune ano.
Okay. Sawa. So chitab kalenjin ko igere eng studio gemite agenge ak Rugut inendet ko youth advocate ako barchingei kabisa koker kole kaimuch kobarchigei konyor opportunities barnotikab emetab Kenya, kaimuch kora konyor barainwek chotok chebo kandoinatet ak ketesetai agenge eng tetutietab Kass Mashinani. Amache kenyoru logoiyat kong'ete studio ak yekiwege nyeketestai gemite ak Rugut.